The king shocked the pigeon racing community by withdrawing official support from the monarchy amid opposition from animal rights activists. King Charles ended pigeon racing under royal patronage, a sport in which his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, grandfather George VI, great-grandfather George V, and great-great-great-grandfather Edward VII all participated. The monarch refused to accept the two patrons of the late Queen: the Royal Pigeon Racing Association, the British governing body for the sport, and the country's main club, the National Flying Club. Some sports fans now fear that the worst is yet to come, and that King Charles may finally end his family's involvement in the sport and close the Royal Pigeon Loft at Sandringham Estate. The royal family has been involved in the sport since King Leopold II of Belgium presented Queen Victoria with winning pigeons in 1886. Since then, Sandringham has been home to a royal flock, from which birds have been taken to the races, carrying the monarch's crypt on their feet and traveling in boxes on the stumps of the royal crest. The royal loft underwent a £40,000 renovation in 2015, when Queen Elizabeth received planning permission for a new residence with state-of-the-art nesting boxes for her 200 pigeons. But some of the sport's leading figures now fear its days are numbered. "I'd have to think in about 18 months or 2 years they'll probably take it down," said Paul Nom, treasurer of the National Flying Club. Nom criticized the king's decision to refuse patronage. "We are so disappointed," he said. "Our patronage has always been royalty, and we've always been proud of that. It's a working sport, and that privilege has been taken away." Nom blamed the monarch's apparent loss of enthusiasm for the sport on protests from animal rights group People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA. He lobbied the king to end support for pigeon racing, arguing that it is cruel and results in thousands of exhausted or confused birds dying in races every year, especially when flying home across the English Channel. "I think PETA has," Nom said. "No matter what we do, we always come back to complain about something. We know who is largely behind it." In February, the Royal Pigeon Racing Association rejected the idea that the sport was cruel. Richard Chambers, the association's director of national development, said, "The pigeon only does what it wants." Put on //